So I'm gonna be trying something a little bit different for the next 30 days. What I'm gonna be doing is day 1 to day 30, I'm going to be ranking and talking about every team's off season. I know I've talked about a lot of these teams' off seasons, but I'm gonna do a full breakdown of the off seasons for most of these teams, right? So how in 2K they have the teams is I'm going to start at the 76ers and I'm going to go all the way down to the Washington Wizards. No matter what your team did, I'm going to try to make I don't know how long the videos are going to fully be, but I am going to hopefully make solid, long enough videos I'm going to post them. This is mainly going to be on YouTube, but I'm going to post like the beginning of when I start talking on TikTok, on YouTube Shorts, just saying tune in to the full YouTube video. So I'm going to start off with the Philadelphia 76ers. They draft VJ Edgecombe, right? They bring back Drummond, bring back Eric Gordon, and they basically just they lost Gershon Waibuselli. So they did lose a key piece, but I think they can still be solid next year. With Tyrese Maxey, at some point, I think VJ will start. I think he will be their starter. I think Jared McCain should embrace that Manu Ginobili, Jamal Crawford type of role, just to start the season. And you got Paul George, you got Kelly Oubre, obviously Embiid when he's healthy. You have him. You got Kyle Lowry, who they also brought back. You got Eric Gordon off the bench. You got Andre Drummond. You got Adam Bona. You got James Edwards. So you got a solid core. You got a solid core right there, right? You got a solid core when healthy. When your 3-star, when your big 3 is healthy, they should be a lot better than they were last year. They played, I think, a combined 15 games and were like 8-7, 7-8, something like that, something nasty. But again, Paul George was battling injuries as he just got another procedure done on his knee. Embiid was battling injuries. Even Tyrese Maxey was battling some injuries. So last year for the Sixers, I think it could be a blessing because you have a young star like VJ. You have a young star like Jared McCain, who will be fresh next year. You have a James Edwards, who was very good. You have Adam Bona, who was very solid last year for you. Andre Drummond, I think, could be better, but I don't know how much he's going to play. I feel like they should play Adam Bona a little bit more. Same with James Edwards. Hopefully they can figure out a rotation for that because they got so many wings. They got Paul George, Kelly Oubre, James Edwards. I don't know if that's going to be the starting lineup, Paul George and Kelly Oubre, or if they're going to take Kelly Oubre off the bench. And I don't know how that starting lineup's going to go. I do not know how it's going to go, but I think it's going to be very interesting for the Philadelphia 76ers, especially because the Bucks are, as long as you're healthy, you're going to be better than the Bucks. You're going to be better than the Pacers if you're healthy, and you're going to be better than the Celtics if you're healthy. This team could be a top 4 to 3 seed when fully healthy, and at their absolute best, they can again be the number 1 seed. They can again be the number 1 seed because you got Paul George, who is he's still a very good 3-and-D guy. Don't know how much defense he's going to be playing now, but you also have Joel Embiid. Again, you have Tyrese Maxey, who can be an all-star / superstar guy in this league, one of the fastest guys in the league. You have Jared McCain, who was hitting all his threes last year. You have VJ, who was an insane athlete. Kelly Oubre, who's just a solid all-around wing. You have young James Edwards, who can do a little bit of everything on that basketball court. Adam Bona can grab rebounds, can finish in the paint. He's like 6'10", 6'11", so he's going to grab boards. You have Embiid, who obviously is extremely dominant, can do everything on the damn basketball court. You have Kyle Lowry, who can push in 10 to 15 minutes if he can. Eric Gordon can hit a couple shots. Drummond at his absolute best could be in the running for 6th man of the year. Like, the 76ers have such a bright season ahead of them. It's hard to think that they're not going to have a really... I don't know if this is a good angle. I got to figure out the angle. But it's hard to think that they're not going to have a good season. It's just not... Like, outside of injuries, this team should be extremely good. And I'm just trying to think... like I said, VJ Edgecombe, I feel like can definitely be in the runnings for Rookie of the Year just because of how good he's going to be and how good this team is. I think he could be a real key piece. I feel like they should just start him right off the bat. Jared McCain was really good, but having Tyrese Maxey and Jared McCain in that starting lineup is just you're gonna get cooked by the guards. So you might as well throw VJ, who's like 6'5", 6'6", maybe even 6'7", who is a good athlete, can hit the mid range, can dribble, can defend. Like VJ Edgecombe, I think could definitely be very good for the 76ers. The number 77, unless it's Luka, it's kind of nasty, but I do like it. I do like the look. I do like VJ Edgecombe on this Philadelphia 76ers team. And yeah, that is, I guess, what I rank. I'm going to rank it a B plus. No, I'm going to rank it a B minus. B minus, C plus, just because they really didn't make any big moves outside of getting lucky and getting that third pick. And they basically just kept their core together. There was a lot of time. Like, I was thinking that it could be a possibility where they trade Paul George and the third pick for Kevin Durant. I would have really liked that, but I'm happy they got VJ. I'm happy they kept Paul George because I think Paul George and VJ can definitely complement each other well because VJ can drive to the basket, kick it out to PG, or PG can go to the basket, pass it to him, and they can both play really good defense. That can be a nice 2-3 tandem with the defensive side of the basketball. And then the offensive side, like I said, VJ and Paul George are definitely good. They can both score the basketball. They can both score the basketball. So yeah, I'm gonna give it like a B minus, C plus, just because they got VJ. That boosts it up from a D all the way to like a C plus, and then they basically kept their veterans. They kept their veterans that can give you 5 to 10, maybe even 15 minutes on some nights. And yeah, but that'll be it for this video. You will see this in a lot of places. But yeah.